So I want to share first, if you don't know, mindset is really, really huge to me. So I want to share first some of the thinking behind, becoming an entrepreneur, because a lot of what may be holding you back from really going forth may be fear. So one of the things that you definitely have to do is have a made up mind. Because what happens when you have a level of security from a job that you already have, you kind of take the side hustle for granted. So you never really get serious about it because you got this income back here and it's not this big thing. But if you're ever wanting it to, begin to flow and have a measure of momentum and continue to create continuous income for you, you have to make a commitment. You got to make up your entire mind about the fact that this is something that you're going to take serious, and you really want it to create either another stream of revenue for you. So I don't tell people to go quit their jobs. Now, for me, although I was still self-employed, the position that I was playing when I closed my brick and mortar service-based business was a job. So even if you're self-employed, but you earn revenue based on whether or not you do a client. So you're not earning revenue if you're not doing a client, then you still have a job for yourself. I wasn't in a position where I had money and revenue coming in even when I wasn't like working on and speaking with a client. So I don't suggest you jump and just quit your job, right? However, for me, I knew that my business that I have now was something that I completely and fully wanted to transition into. So whichever space that you're in, you can take the information that I share with you and apply it to yourself. You can put yourself into the position. But one of the first things is to make up your mind that this is no longer going to be something that you just get a little extra money here or there for. Because what happens is you go in and out of actually the business, and out of sight, out of mind. So it's almost like you got to get all this momentum up all over again to get going and get started, instead of it being a continuous flow and something that actually produces revenue for you on a regular basis. Mindset. You got to get back in gear. And then the people that are accustomed to seeing you, maybe you'll come out with something that you're going to sell, or an event or something that you're going to host, and you only do it every now and then. They got to get to know who you are all over again. And so out of sight, out of mind. Remember that. Out of sight, out of mind. So you're going to need to make up your mind first. And then second of all, you need a plan. You need a plan. So the second thing that you'll need to do is set some dates. So one of the things I did, I made up my whole mind. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is going to support my family. It's viable. People are contacting me and paying for the services. And it's going to allow me to even open up my revenue, the cap that I felt like was on my earning potential, as well as increase my time freedom. So I made up my mind, and then you got to have a plan. That meant looking at what I was responsible for, and making a decision about how much money my new business needed to earn in order for me to at least feel comfortable while I was building and growing it. So you are going to need to, sit down and look at what are my finances. And I know that should be a given, but guys, you would be surprised the number of people who don't know what it really takes to run their household and their life each and every month. Don't feel bad if that's a space that you're in, because sometimes we're just making the money and paying the bills. I hear that from a lot of people. But when you're wanting to, turn your side hustle into a business, one of the smartest things that you can do is figure out what your current expenses are, what it's taking for you and your family to live, and then let that be a measurement for how you want to grow your side hustle. Because what happens is now you begin to create goals, right? You begin to say, okay, I need to earn this amount. I need to do this many clients. I need to sell this many products or whatever in order to meet that goal. So I just got really, really, and I transitioned. So I was able to close my business, bring my business online, because it was completely and fully just, locally in my community and the surrounding areas prior to being online. And it was also added revenue. So it wasn't even something that I was taking serious enough to really make it what it is now. So remember I said you got to get serious, you got to make up your mind, and then you need a plan. And I was able to transition and meet my income that I had in about a 2.5 year time frame. So once you get serious, everything changes. So what happened, because I service so many different industries in helping them grow their business and helping them with productivity and things like that, customer service, all different types of things for organizations and businesses. When I came online, one of the things that happened when I came online, and this is something, so some of you may be already doing your side hustle in your local community, and you're like, I know I need to get in front of more people and bring my business online. Now, when I came online, it was super important for me to get really clear about who it is that I was servicing, like who was my ideal customer, who's going to be ideal for the value of what I offer. And what happened for me is I do this system called brand clarity, and we look at what your brand DNA is. So when I dig deeper and further into who I am as a brand, I understand that a lot of the things that I have are very ideal for women, although they work for men as well, but they're very ideal for women. So that helps me to begin to like narrow down who it is that I serve. So you're going to need to decide, because most, ambitious, successful women like yourself have so many things that you're really good at. I mean, raise your hand if you have like several things that you're good at. So one of the things that's going to be important is you deciding what it is that you're really, really good at and picking the lane. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't do other things in your business. You can't offer other services in your business and what you do. But if you want to get the income quicker, sooner, faster, I suggest that you get clear on what that thing is that you really want to be known for, at least in a season. Because listen, we can always evolve, grow, reinvent. It's something I do with my clients, so they've been at a phase in their business for quite some time, and they're ready to reinvent and rebrand themselves so that they can get in front of new ideal customers. I mean, you can do that. But if your goal in the initial beginning is to replace the income, or at least match the income that you currently have, so that you have a sense of, security about what you're doing, then I suggest picking a lane. So for me, I went back to the actual skill set that I started out with first, and then I did a 360. And so now I help several different businesses again with their business. So you're going to need a plan. You're going to have to pick one of those good things. I know that you're ambitious and smart and successful in what you're currently doing, but pick a lane and then find out who finds what it is that you're great at valuable enough to give you the coin.